blue face pillar, the blade dealer. Make a nigga forfeit, cause I'm the realest. Niggas talking short shit, I need a million.
Big stepper, yeah, bitch I be steppin'. Coolin' kit with the flip switch, bitch that's the weapon. No drama.
Welcome to New York Giants Full Access.
This legend bring them sounds at one time.
I'm hard, and we got you. And that's it, man. Go purchase Big Pat Sports Talk merch and support the family, man. And welcome to Big Pat Sports Talk. Thank you for your support. What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. And today the New York Giants 2024 schedule has been released. And we're going to talk about the NFL schedule, our schedule, the New York Giants schedule. We're going to do a prediction of each game and just see how the season's going to turn out. So we're going to hop right into it. Don't want to make this video super long. So week 1. A rematch of the 2022 playoffs. The Minnesota Vikings versus us. Sunday, 1 o'clock noon game, 1 p.m. game. And this game, you got the Vikings with a brand new defense, brand new quarterback. Jay Jettis is healthy. Jordan Addison, Hawkinson. Good offensive line. Run game, not that great against our newly rebuilt defensive scheme and our newly rebuilt offensive line and weapons. All right, since this is going to be week 1, everybody's still going to be filling each other out. Pause after the preseason. And I think we sneak this game out against the Minnesota Vikings. I think it's going to be like a 24-17 type game, 24-20. I think we get the Minnesota Vikings. One, I do believe our offensive line can hold up against their defense, even though their defense is very, very strong. I do believe the Minnesota Vikings defense is going to be way better than advertised. Now, can Sam Darnold or J.J. McCarthy run that Vikings offense the way Kirk Cousins ran the offense when he was there? Can they get Jay Jettis the ball consistently like Kirk Cousins did? We'll see. But I do believe that offense takes a little bit of a step back, definitely towards the beginning of the year until they get into their groove. And I think we sneak one out against those guys. Like I said, Giants 24-20. We start the season off 1-0 against the Vikings. We beat them again. Daniel Jones gets another victory against the Vikings. Week 2 at DC at Washington. I'm always going to give us a win versus Washington because Washington never beats us. Even though they have the superstar quarterback everybody's been clamoring about, Jaden Daniels, and they still got the same offensive weapons out there. Look for Ben Sinnott to be pretty good with the Commanders as well. Let's see what their defense is. Their defense going to be able to step up and do some things against us. I think Malik Neighbors has a breakout game this game. I believe we beat Washington 31-13 in this week 2 matchup. I believe we get after Jaden Daniels and we make him make some rookie mistakes. So I do have us beating Washington, and I have us starting off 2-0. Now, here's where it gets fishy. The Cleveland Browns. Another Sunday at 1 p.m. Week 3, our third 1 p.m. game. This game kind of scares me because their defensive line against our offensive line can be an absolute travesty. Myles Garrett versus Evan Neal. Myles Garrett versus Evan Neal, man. This might get a little hairy, man. The only thing that might save us is if Deshaun Watson is still playing like trash and our defense can hold their offense with Njoku, Amari Cooper, Have a great running game, especially if Nick Chubb is healthy, man. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I have us losing this game, probably around like a 24-13 type game. I have us losing against the Browns. I believe that Browns defense is just a tad bit too strong for this newly rebuilt offense over here in New York, and we start the season 2-1. So first 3 games we start off 2-1. Not bad. Now here comes the dreaded Cowboys. We are in Dallas, and it's going to be coming off a short week off the Cleveland Browns, and we are in Dallas for Thursday night football, our first primetime game. I'm going to get a lot of you guys saying I'm crazy, but I think we win this game. I think we beat the Cowboys. I just think we beat them this game. Somehow, some way, we're going to get a victory against the Cowboys this season. I don't think we're going to do it on Thanksgiving, which is later, but I do believe we get them this game, this Thursday game. The element of surprise. Offensive line holds up against their defensive line, and they start to try to press, and we get some deep shots against them with Hyatt and Slayton, and Malik Neighbors works the middle of the field. And I think our defense has a good shot at holding their offense. I don't believe their offense is nowhere near as explosive as it used to be. I think we get this game. I think we start off 3-1 after beating them on Thursday night. All right, Seattle. 325 or 425 game, depending on where you're at. The next Sunday, I think we beat them as well. I think we match up against the Seahawks well, even though they had that 3-headed monster at receiver. I just think we get pressure on Geno, and Geno starts to do Geno things in that game. And our offensive line is getting on a roll. They're not great, but they're not horrible. They're still they're formidable. And if so, I think we have the advantage in that game. So 4-1. Cincinnati, Sunday Night Football. I think we lose this game. I think Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and those boys, they get to our defense a little bit. You know, they have a 3-headed receiver monster as well, but their 3-headed receiver monster is a little bit better than what Seattle has. So I'm gonna go with Cincinnati against us that game. We start off 4-2. Philadelphia, that first game. I think we beat Philadelphia the first game. 1 p.m. on Sunday, October 20th. I think we beat Philly that game. We go 5-2. Reason is, I don't think Philly is as powerful as people make them out to be, and I think they lost a little bit of that fear factor that they had going against teams, and I think we beat them. And we start the season off 5-2. Pittsburgh, Monday night, we beat Pittsburgh 6-2. I think we start off 6-2 and we beat Pittsburgh. I think we get Pittsburgh on Monday night. I know TJ Watt and them is playing over there, but I just don't think Pittsburgh is gonna be that great this year. Washington, I'm always gonna pick us to beat Washington because we always do. So 7-2. Then the Panthers and Germany. Believe we beat them as well. We start off 8-2. And then we go into our bye. Now here's where we get a little bit of a slide. I think we lose against Tampa Bay. For some reason, I just think Tampa Bay has our number. I think Baker Mayfield and those boys can pull out a victory that Sunday at noon. We lose to the Cowboys on Thanksgiving on a short week. We're not going to beat the Cowboys 2 times on a short week. So that's 8-4. I believe we beat the Saints. I believe the Saints are a team that's going to be in flux. We go 9-4. We lose to the Ravens 9-5. We beat the Falcons 10-5. We beat the Colts 10-6. 11-5, and then we lose to the Eagles last game of the season, 11-6. So you always know the Big Blue Crew was going to always go with 11-6 as our record for the New York Giants, and call me crazy, call whatever. But that's my best case scenario, 11-6. We beat Washington twice, beat the Cowboys and the Eagles once, go 4-2 in our division, and get some good out of division victories. Now, worst case scenario, we lose to the Vikings. We beat Washington. We lose to Cleveland and Dallas. We start off 1-3. We lose to Seattle, 1-4. We lose to Cincinnati, 1-5. We lose to Philadelphia, 1-6. Then we get 2 victories against Pittsburgh and Washington, 3-6. We beat Carolina, 4-6. Lose to Tampa, 4-7. Lose to Dallas, 4-8. Wind up beating the Saints, 5-8. Lose to the Baltimore, 5-9. Beat Atlanta, 6-9. And then we beat the Colts, 7-9, and then we lose to the Eagles and go 7-10. That's my worst case scenario. Best case scenario, 11-6. Worst case scenario, 7-10. I believe we're gonna be somewhere between those 2 records, between 7-10 and 11-6. So that's my best case and worst case scenarios for the New York Giants record in 2024. Worst case scenario, we lose twice to Dallas, lose twice to Philly, but we beat Washington twice and go 2-4 in the division, which is horrible. Not something you want to be doing in your 3rd year in the regime. And we seem to can't beat some of the good teams that we face, like Cleveland, Seattle, Cincinnati, Minnesota, Baltimore. We seem to lose to all those teams, Tampa Bay. So worst case scenario, we wind up beating the teams that we're supposed to beat, but losing to all the teams that the media feels we're inferior to. And I mean, a 7-10 season, I mean, it won't be the worst, but it's going to be some change. If we do that, you know, Daniel Jones will not be the quarterback. Moving on, that'll make a lot of fans happy. And we're going to have to come up with another scenario where we can get this offensive line corrected, and whoever's the new quarterback can come in and shine. But that's my best case and worst case scenario. Best case being 11-6, and worst case being 7-10. And the only reason why we'll be 7-10 is if we don't do well in our division. If we do well in our division, I think we make the playoffs. Let us go 4-2 or 5-1 in the division, we will make the playoffs for sure. But if we go 1-5, 2-4, or even 0-6, or maybe 3-3, we will not make the playoffs, because our division play is going to determine who makes the playoffs in the NFC for sure. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. The New York Giants schedule has been released, and we will get to the nitty gritty this season. You know I'm going to be calling all the games, so tune in to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network when we start calling the games this 2024 season. You might see us at one of the games. You never know. But I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that big blue join button, and talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk and join the Big Blue Crew. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Cop you some merch. Not going to tell y'all again, if I come to a game and I don't see y'all in some merch, it's going to be a problem. A serious problem. But until that day, and until the next episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk, thank you guys for watching. Until the next time, you know what it is, man. Peace.
Hitting the mic, spitting the facts, coming with full access. Big Pat hitting the house with giant tactics. Eli's handoff, rapping the classics. 90s beats, we blast this in New York. Big Blue. Where the G-men roam, Super Bowls in the vault, that's the Empire's home. Red, white, and blue, where the legends are grown. Giants full access, this the zone, got the tone.